You see, the British did a lot of harm to us before leaving. In fact, the setting of Nigeria before British left is something else. We are still suffering it. We are still trying to amend it. Not just us, including the Middle Belt region, the area called Sonsea North Central. A lot of harm was done by the British in their own favor, so that they will still, while they leave Nigeria, they will still have influence on Nigeria. First of all, I would like you to watch this video and we'll be right back.
Dr. Poku, real quickly, I also, in about 2 minutes, I also want you to interrogate the concept of numerical advantage of the North. You said something earlier on.
That is what makes me laugh, sir.
You said that the British used the Middle Belters to shore up the numbers in the North. Let's talk about numerical advantage. The North and numbers.
You know, yes, thank you. The North they use this argument, we have the numbers, etc. Take the Middle Belt out, where are the numbers? They know they don't have the numbers, sir. They know it. But of course, for propaganda purposes, they use that argument, we have the numbers, we can do it. Now, the North, the British wanted the North to remain monolithic for some reason. They wanted it because they wanted to hand over power to the North. And they used Middle Belters to beef up the population of the North before independence. And though before independence, if you look at the population, go back to history, all these things are there, you can Google and see. The Southeast and Bamenda had the highest population, followed by the Southwest and the North, that is including the Middle Belt, had the third population in terms of numerical strength. However, the British wanted to hand over to the North and therefore denied the Middle Belters a region for themselves. Though after independence, the southern minorities were given Midwestern region for also political consideration, which now we know as used just to whittle down the strength of the Southwest. But all the same, we who consider ourselves Middle Belters going down history and memory lane are saying we are not Northerners. We are Middle Belters. And the North has always considered us that way anyway. When it comes to such consideration as North, they say all of us as North. But when it comes to appointments and other considerations, they don't consider us as North. So why should this hypocrisy continue? And just say, we are Middle Belters, they are Northerners. Let everybody be who he is.
Today we are going deep into Nigeria's history. A history that was shaped not by fairness, but by British interests. A history where numbers, power, and identity were manipulated. We are talking about how British used our own people to hand power to the North. How the Southeast and even Bamenda, this is Southern Cameroon today, were ignored, and how the Middle Belt was counted as North so that they would inflate numbers. And we remember the words of late Richard Akinjide, a respected lawyer and a member of the First Republic. He warned about these manipulations. The British wrongs that shaped Nigeria. Though many of these, he is now late, many of his stories were never fully told. He said there are certain things that you will have to go to death with. You will never talk about. There are a lot of things like that he would have shared that he said, no, he's going to rest with that. Let's start with the numbers. The North has always claimed we have the numbers. We can lead Nigeria. But here is the truth. Before independence, the Southeast and Bamenda were the most populous areas. The Southwest came next. The North, it was not stronger in numbers, at least not without including the Middle Belt. Richard Akinjide, who lived through this, said openly, even the census were manipulated. The British did so much harm, especially to us in the Southeast, and they used the Middle Belt populations to beef up northern numbers. Yes, the Middle Belt was counted as part of the North, yet when it came to appointments, leadership, and real power, Middle Belt people were sidelined. And I hope they will wake up. It's not just about talking about it. You see, meeting of, is it 16 northern governors or 19 northern states? Unongo, Pa Unongo, you see him there. And most of these Middle Belt people, they don't want to be part of the North. But whenever the Northern meeting is called, you see all of them gather again in the name of North, still shouting against the South. Yeah, you can't do this, you can't do this. I don't know how to even start to help these people. Now, this is part of the elders of Middle Belt, the one who spoke in the studio of Arise. How can you help people who cannot help themselves? Check whenever they say gathering or meeting of, is it 16 northern states, or 19 northern states? The whole of them pours in again. As far as I know, the best map is, they should be, the best arrangement is they should be identified as Middle Belt area. Simply. They are not northerners. All of these are setups. But why did the British people do this? Why inflate northern numbers? It was simple. The British wanted a northern elite that could work with. They preferred a monolithic north, easier to control than many small southern groups demanding change. Richard Akinjide himself said it. The British wanted to hand power to the north. They made sure the Middle Belt's population counted in favor of the north, creating an illusion of a majority. Meanwhile, the Southeast and then Bamenda, strong, organized, and populated, were ignored. Their numbers didn't matter in the British plan. Let's talk about censuses. In Nigeria, population determines political power, and the British used this to their advantage. Richard Akinjide openly said, censuses were manipulated. Northern numbers were inflated. Southeast and Bamenda numbers were minimized. So Middle Belt numbers were added to the north. And this was not just about numbers. This was political engineering. Imagine this. Your area is counted to make someone else stronger. Then, when it comes to leadership or resources, your own people are sidelined. That's exactly what happened. And today, it is still being felt. And their leaders are even helping it to stay. Now, in the Middle Belt today, official maps call it North Central. But many Middle Belt people say, we are not North. Now, Richard Akinjide and other elders observed, when it suited the North, Middle Belt people were counted as part of Northern numbers. Now, when it came to appointments, they were ignored. This is hypocrisy. That's why Middle Belt activists insist on their identity. We are Middle Belt, not Northern, though some of them are still being held sway by the idea of Northern Nigeria. The Southeast plus Bamenda had the real population strength. Southeast towns were dense, vibrant, and well organized. Bamenda, though today part of Cameroon, was historically, they were linked to Eastern Nigeria under British rule, administered by the British while the British was around. Yet, the British ignored these numbers because their plan was northern dominance. So the Southeast and Bamenda were simply not counted when it mattered. Richard Akinjide hinted at this often. The British didn't just manipulate numbers, they denied the Southeast and Bamenda the power they earned through population and organization. The result, today we have this story repeating. North claims numbers. And that applies in election too. Can you imagine it? I was seeing a particular argument on TV the other day. Rufai was saying how many Southeast states, small Southeast states. But what about the population? They are citing it as they are not enough to outwit the North in terms of voting. This is still being applied. Can you imagine the votes coming from Southeast? They tell you, this is the number, this is the number. So Southeast is still fighting for recognition, just like the Middle Belt. British policies created force power structure. British politics sowed division and left lasting problems. We are still facing the problems created by British people up to today. We see it now. Regional arguments, zoning fights, and constant debates about who belongs where. So what is the lesson to learn from this? The British may have set up the map and manipulated the numbers, but we are the ones who can understand the truth. We can talk about it and we can make sure history does not repeat itself. Middle Belt people, are you ready? The Southeast, we are not talking about Bamenda anymore. Bamenda belongs to Cameroon. The Southeast, the Middle Belt, they all deserve to be counted fairly, respected fully, and represented honestly. Nigeria's history was shaped by wrong deeds. But today, awareness is the first step to justice. Again, here are the core points. The British people manipulated numbers to favor the North. Middle Belt was counted as North, then marginalized. In terms of appointment and other things, they are nowhere. Then, Southeast plus Bamenda had real population strength. Bamenda is out of the equation now. What is happening? We are at the middle belt. And you hear some narration. These are people who helped the North too. You know, these guys, I hope they will wake up. Today, we are at the middle belt. Look at what is happening in the middle belt region. We had, even during the war, that they participated strongly in trying to stop Biafra. Again, what we see that continues to echo is being used. Will you remain like, I don't want to put it like as if somebody cost you. Will you remain where somebody has fitted you, even though it is uncomfortable to you? You help them win the war against Biafra. Where are you? Gowon managed to be president at the point in time, figurehead. Mulitara was actually in control. And that was what happened. Shortly after, a coup removed him. Where is Middle Belt? Anyway, let's leave it here for now. I want you to add your contribution, add your comments. What do you think about this British setup? How are we going to undo it today? How are we going to stop history from repeating itself? What do you think?